Welcome to day 7 of the 2016 Horror-a-Thon, brought to you by Nightmare Effects. Today we got a good one. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Huh?
Yeah?
Huh?
It's rocking a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which is too bad. Like, it's the lowest out of the...
Fails.
Yeah, the
series.
failed sequels we got here.
Which really, I don't think so.
No, I think, honestly, God, I think it's the best out of these.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. I mean, there's some cheesy stuff in it.
It's a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
It's still an 80s slasher movie. It's still going to be bad. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you like any of the Friday the 13th movies...
It really didn't pick up until towards the end.
Until they get to New York.
Till they get to Manhattan.
See, that's the biggest problem with this movie. It's called Jason Takes Manhattan, but it's mainly Jason takes a cruise ship.
And then walks around New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last half of the movie really was good.
Yeah, once it gets to New York, it's honestly a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty enjoyable. But, like, the problem... They don't have a good budget for the film, naturally. So, you can't... They had to close on Times Square for, like, 2 days.
Yeah.
And, you can't do that long with not having a good budget.
Yeah.
So, like, most of the budget was spent on that alone, and obviously, you can't... I don't know they had to film most of the movie in Vancouver. So, there's mainly... Other than, like, that Times Square scene, you're seeing Vancouver streets and alleyways and whatnot. When he's on the roof, that's all in Vancouver. So, I mean, if this movie had a good budget, it could have been a dime. It really could have been. Like, the original script was cool, because, like, they're in Times Square, and then they're in Madison Square Garden, and stuff like that. Like, a lot more in New York.
Yeah.
So, like, 1/3 cruise ship, 2/3 New York, instead of the other way around like it is now.
Yeah. I just thought the flow was a little weird. It seemed like there should have been more space between killings. It just really seemed like there was just one after the other, and then a chunk of time where there wasn't any, and then a bunch of deaths in a row. I didn't really like that. I thought the pacing was a little off.
Yeah, it seemed like they were trying to make the boat seem more interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like, we need to always be killing people for it to work.
Yeah. I agree. Jason was pretty good.
It's Kane.
It's Kane Hodder.
It's Kane Hodder, and Kane Hodder is the best Jason we'll ever see.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, Kane did great. But when you don't have a good script to work with, it's still like...
Yeah.
Kills, like, all the movement of Jason's good. All the kills are good. For the most part. The problem is, you don't really like any characters in this movie. I guess, they're the main, your lead protagonist is okay. Like, you could follow her to a degree, but the problem is, like, the little boy Jason, I hate so much.
I agree, yeah. There was no need for him.
Yeah, and I don't get the point of it.
Well, they had to bring in the story of how she couldn't swim and how her uncle,
yeah, like,
tried to drown her, but then kid Jason was pulling her down. Like, no.
No. It's seriously, I just don't... And the kid doesn't look like deformed Jason from the original at all. He's got that long
He gets
hair,
more and more deformed as the movie goes on.
which is still weird.
And but still
like
does
Jason
not...
just grew into a deformed person?
Yeah,
like,
and then didn't really look like him in the end.
Yeah,
really.
and why is she seeing... Because she didn't remember seeing Jason as a kid.
Until now.
Yeah, and, like, why? Why?
She's looking in the puddle and she's like, "Oh my goodness, it was him." Like,
yeah, and then she sees, like, a ghost-looking Jason of him, But then, okay, like, maybe she's just seeing him. But then Jason sees him later when he gets hit with the toxic. It's just... let's go into that right now, the toxic thing, okay? One, this is probably one of the worst under-mask looks for Jason.
He looks like Frankenstein.
Like, I mean, honest to God, this look, while this mask is fantastic, this is an awkward look.
Yeah, he looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah, honestly.
I laughed when I saw him for the first time. I'm like, you ugly son of a bitch.
It's just too bad, because Part 7 looks amazing, and then you get to Part 8, and it's just, what is this mess? Where's the, I mean, you still got the axe cup, but, like, it's just...
No. Yeah, and then he's remembering himself as a kid, remembering him drowning, like, and then he turns into kid Jason. Like, what?
Yeah, the toxic magically makes him a kid again, in the original, before they deleted this, it was him. It was a little boy, and it was like a huge, giant Jason mouth, and the little boy was drowning in Jason's mouth, and like climbs out of his mouth and stuff. It is so.
That would have been worse, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't that. I don't really know. That doesn't really work for me. But let's go on to another thing that absolutely makes no sense. We open up in Crystal Lake, right? And you get a classic Jason kill. Cool. Opening's fine. But then, magically, from Crystal Lake, Jason swims to the ocean to find this cruise ship. So Crystal Lake is just magically...
Did he not take the boat that he killed the people on? I thought I saw that boat show up at the dock.
Yeah, which was in Crystal Lake.
Yeah, he got all the way there.
Well, it's a lake.
Yeah.
A lake doesn't connect to an ocean. So, Crystal Lake, which is in New Jersey, which is what we've been getting at New Jersey. So we had to swim from New Jersey to New York into the ocean, into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. Even they know that. There's like, yeah, so why does Crystal Lake magically connect to the ocean? I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's another big mistake. But, yeah, it's really not bad when it's just Jason chasing these people. Like, when he gets to the subway, that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
And he's throwing people around the subway. That's all entertaining, and, if we had more of that in the movie, it seriously could have been one of the best Friday the 13th movies for sure. But we didn't have a budget, so it didn't happen. So we're going to move on to ratings, but before we do, we are going to thank our sponsor real quick, so make sure you stay tuned for some great ratings for this great movie.
Nightmare Effects is an independent mask company providing you with quality craftsmanship at gruesomely affordable prices. They offer both replica masks and busts of one of the most iconic killers in cinematic history, while also offering custom orders and repaints. Like their page on Facebook and get your own today.
So we're going to move on to our ratings for Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, and Nick starts off out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns.
I'm giving Jason Takes Manhattan 2.5 jack-o'-lanterns out of 5. I did like it better than the other 2 movies, the other 2 failed sequels we watched, but it was not a great movie by any means.
Yeah.
And even they know that.
Yeah. What are you thinking? 5?
Oh, wow. Oh.
-2, so 2.5? 2.5.
Okay.
So 2.5. I'm also going to say 2.5. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th. So, like, I still enjoy it. Like, I can definitely get through it, no problem. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, you can tell there's a lot of things wrong with it. Mainly budget issues.
Yeah.
I think, it's the biggest problem.
It's a shame.
Yeah. And then, the stupid little Jason. Like, get the kid out of there and we'll be fine. All right, so all around, that's, 7.5 out of 15. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. All right. Once again, another big thanks to our sponsor, Nightmare Effects, for making some great undermasks. You can get amazing masks at really great prices, including this one.
Here she is.
All right. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you drop a like in this video and subscribe to our channel for more like this one. We will be moving on to another remake versus original tomorrow. Hope you're excited. It could be terrible. But that's what we love to do. Review terrible movies. All of our social media links are in the description. There's too many to say. But you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Check out our other podcasts, MWM Project. Whatever you want.
Slash and Cast.
Slash and Cast. It's on this channel.
Oh, wait, I can't talk.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another review for the 2016 Horror-a-Thon, brought to you by Nightmare Effects. Kobe out.